Everybody knows it, and Windows is a total resource consumer. macOS is maybe too limited. Basically, the North Korea in the digital world. Hello, and welcome back to Cipheros. I am Mauricio Machado. I don't know if could be good to say my name after that, okay, but this is my experience on switching to Linux as a currently a passionate programmer. First, we must understand some stuff about Linux. And for those who don't know it, both Linux and macOS are Unix operating systems. They belong to the Unix family, which was created in 1969 by Ken Thompson principally and others. Linux was developed 22 years later by Linus Torvalds. I guess that you know about this, and that is that there are two parts, okay, that are conform your computer, which is the hardware, basically the physical components, and the software, the programs you use. An operating system would be a kind of low-level software. So when you turn up your PC, you are launching automatically a program that allows you to use the others. But there is the thing, and that is that Linux is not specifically an operating system, but a kernel, which is a base for creating others. And by that, we have the well-known name Linux distros, the shorthand of distributions. Each distro has its own quirks and similarities, besides of their package management system and some interfaces. There are many, and when I say that many, is that actually there are too many Linux distros, but they are generally divided into these families, which are Debian-based, anything that has Ubuntu on its name, Ubuntu, Kubuntu, the Red Hat-based, which are basically Fedora and CentOS, Arch-based, the well-known Arch Linux, and Manjaro. We have another popular ones like Linux Mint and Pop OS. So to install Linux, what I have to do was to wipe Windows from my laptop and to get a bootloader on a USB. Otherwise, how could I install a program if I don't have access to internet? And OS give us to that. Yeah, the only problem was the next setting. The thing is that I cannot use Rufus to do all those stuff or USB, etc. because I don't have the admin permissions. I just quit my password from Windows, and that's why I've lost all these rights. Okay, very uncomfortable. If this doesn't work, the second option would be going to my other PC, using this process of Rufus, and then setting up this USB on this PC. Okay, we have the second laptop and the USB, which is 4 gigabytes. Nice. So what we are going to do is to restart all Windows, and then we can just pass on to Ubuntu. As you can see, this took me time because I couldn't uninstall Windows totally. I couldn't even access to restart my laptop, to do anything with the administration rights because it was completely locked. So I go to the terminal, to the low-level terminal of Windows, and goodbye. Everything worked well. I was just looking to a specific, oh my god, what the heck is this, to a specific button, because obviously entering to the boss system is like, okay, kinda deeper, and as this is something new for me, I was kinda scared. Okay, how to configure this. Similarly, I had Ubuntu and Windows at the same time, but I couldn't install it. This first one because Windows was on my space. This is not new. The thing is, I cannot install Ubuntu. What the heck? Okay, it's about just uninstalling Windows, because actually after installing this, Windows get uninstalled. I didn't have a space, therefore I watched a video about cleaning all Windows from the dual boot, and now I supposedly have a space, and now supposedly we're going to have what we want. Now, the only thing that you should know about Linux, if you want to go on to it, would be that Linux is a programmer's playground. So yes, I switched to Ubuntu, but even if at the beginning it felt very amazing because my laptop was very fast for the first time. This over time really hit. Actually, not over time. This was just some 2 days after. This really hit too much because obviously Linux, in general, Linux is not Windows. It's not something that is already built in and you can just go onto the things and everything is very intuitive. No, it is not like that. There will be some problems that you should solve as a programmer. I don't know if as a programmer, they will be easier if you are a programmer. So the first thing would be that I connected my wireless headphones, but the buttons didn't work. So I cannot just stop a still a song or move on onto my playlist. So this is very uncomfortable. Then to improve my audio experience, I install EasyFX, which is a Linux program. Hopefully it worked. I am using it right now, but at the beginning I had many problems with identifying the headphones that I am using. Even if I had them connected, my EasyFX didn't detect them. Next, obviously, Ubuntu doesn't have a way to enable dark mode, at least intuitively. From now on, until I don't know when I will solve it, read my eyes at night. Also, it doesn't have a light night mode intuitively. I solved that. Yes, it took some time with the code. Yep, everything depends on the terminal rather than the UI, the graphical user interface, in contrast to Windows and macOS. So no more easy installations, everything is open source, you can manage all the files, you can delete all the stuff that you want, and basically you have the control over your PC more than ever. The problem is that if, for example, a file is lost, well, you must solve it. There are the terminal logs, and hopefully that today we have AI to identify those that we have some troubles on identifying. But yet the process is still tough. Therefore, learning Bash, which is the language of Linux, is a must. It's not that hard as it may look, but it probably would break the minimalistic approach of some programmers about knowing some programming languages, maybe one programming language, but just specializing on it or this small group. Let's get into a short lesson. If not, skip to this part and onto the next point of this documentary. But the thing is that here are some commands that you can consider it, and we're going to have an idea about how they work. The first one would be touch, which is just create a new file from the terminal on the directory you are. So if I have touch important message text, we're going to have just generic text file. We have also cat, which is opening the selected file. So if I set cat important text, it will be open on the terminal or this text. Let me see, what does it say? So subscribe to Cipheros. Okay, subscribe to Cipheros. You can edit these files with the integrated code editors like Beam or Nano. I still use Visual Studio Code, by the way, because it looks better. And hopefully it no longer kills my PC just at the beginning of the start. And the last one stands from APT, which is an acronym for Advanced Package Tool. So with that command, we can install stuff. For example, sudo apt and just the name of the thing that you want to install. Now here's the debate. Why would anyone go back to Windows and macOS? Is it necessary, or maybe we are too weak to just adapt to a new operating system? I thought that at the beginning, but yep, I could adapt. Here's a Instagram post that I saw a few weeks ago, and that is about choosing an operating system. I cannot agree more with it, and hopefully I still have a life. I am using Ubuntu these days. I don't know if to pass to Arch Linux, but I don't think that much today. But yeah, and speaking seriously, I think that any programmer should go into Linux if they want to just improve their career skills. macOS and Windows are for people who must go into technology because of the necessity in an increased digital world. Yep, Linux users are basically computer science deities who have the power of their PC, especially with Arch Linux from what I see on YouTube. Additionally, trust me when I said that Linux is much lighter than both Windows and macOS, not that much actually, but yeah, there is a lot of restrictions in iOS and all the Apple products. But getting back into Windows, it consumes a lot of resources, and if you want to focus on what actually matters and you don't have an expensive hardware, yeah, switch out into Linux. Personally, the best advantages that I saw from this would be that, yep, I can run many programs at the same time with no worries, not just suffering while opening my browser. And the quality of my videos, literally the record quality, improved a lot. I could increase them with more time, and I am not just more suffering. What I've noticed few weeks ago, because I have another laptop where I have Windows 10, is that on every minimal movement, that operating system lacks. So would I switch back? At the beginning I thought that, but currently no. I actually never want. If you are just starting experiencing this change to Linux and you are just afraid to come back, actually to think about that you will get adapted to this new environment is a right idea about what you should do. So yes, it is worth. I don't know what else to say. Okay, I'm Fabrizio Machado from Cipheros. Follow us on Instagram. We are an enterprise about programming, specifically backend and eventually low-level stuff. Okay, we are going to have more content currently. And yep, that's all. Check out the channel if you want. I recommend you these 3 series that are running out on this moment, which are programming every day until college. Basically, just sharing some experiences and actual learning. So it's not just entertainment. I assure that it's indeed educational content. We have also Calculus 1 Crashy Coursy every Thursday, getting into problem solving, basic math skills for programmers. We are also getting into C Shadow, okay, productivity Crashy Coursy. So goodbye.